Hello, everyone. We are Dusty Devil Minds, and our topic is culture and the brain, narrowed down from newness. So let's begin. So, what is culture? When you search up culture on Google, the definition it gives you is the arts, beliefs, customs, institutions, and other products of human work and thought considered as a unit, especially with regard to a particular time or social group. So, you can basically sum it up as a way of life for a certain group of people. So, how does this way of life influence us? So culture is everywhere. You are constantly surrounded by culture. Like right now, this instance, you are surrounded by culture. And preconceived notions are affected by culture. Preferences are created, and you begin to gravitate towards comfortable ideas or similar ideas from your culture. And you don't really begin to think of uncertain ideas or new ideas. And of course, societal norms are imprinted into your brain. So, the multicultural experience is how we can challenge our preconceived notions. And by challenging our preconceived notions, we can begin to cultivate an open mind. And this exposure of new ideas leads to brain activity and an increase of brain activity, which enhances your creativity. And ultimately, you begin gaining new perspectives of reality due to exposure to new cultures. So, what will we be doing? So, our activities consist of a general tour of a study abroad program at TAMIU, so just the website of the study abroad program, and the immersion into culture and how it affects us. Furthermore, we will be using index cards to write and pronounce new languages, which of course languages have a direct relation to culture. So enjoy, guys.
Hello, my name is Jenny Phillips, and I'll be explaining how brain neurons affect our brain. These brain neurons that are formed in our head cause patterns which we get used to over time. The neurons that form patterns in our brains can cause us to create memories which we can remember over time. They also can give us expectations and shape how we perceive in the world and what we expect. Everybody in the world specifically has their own brain neurons, which they recognize their own patterns in different certain elements of culture. Growing up as a kid, you have your own culture and what you preach and celebrate and value. So during holidays or get-togethers, you preach and value your own culture and beliefs, and your brain over time set patterns, and then you grow over time and grow. The neurons in our brain, which are formed over time, can cause general languages which are connected through our cultures. General languages are used throughout different cultures of our families and our world. Each country has a general language in their own country. Each country has its own beliefs, core values, and way they perceive things. They also have their own ways on how they. Each country has their own core values and beliefs and ways on how they perceive things. Accepting or even being open-minded to learn another culture outside of yours is admiring to the fact that you're stepping out of your own comfort zone to learn something new about another country's core values or beliefs.
Language is a center of communication, whether it's spoken or unspoken, and just like anything else, languages evolve, and with it, our way of thinking. We'll be focusing on the evolution of two languages in particular, Italian and Chinese, and the effects it has on our brain. Italian stems from Latin, just like many European languages. The Italian language was invented when there was a division of education society. In the Middle Ages, the intellectual class spoke Latin, while the everyday citizens used Vulgar Latin. Vulgar Latin is a term of casual speech, informal speech. There were many variations of Vulgar Latin throughout Italy, which led to there being many variations of the Italian language. Florentine, because of its central position within Italy and it being home to many famous Italian writers, was the beginning of a single Italian language being spread throughout Italy. According to Wheeler, in the recent findings, language affects the degree of certain cognitive impairments. For example, Italians with dyslexia tend to have less severe reading impairments than English or French speakers because Italian has simpler and more phonetic spelling. The next language, Chinese, often referred to as the language of the future, is currently the oldest written language, dating back to the Shang Dynasty, which is during 1766 to 1123 BC, which is about 6,000 years old. According to Lin, the Chinese language has many different dialects, but the written language is consistent and understood throughout all of them. According to Zheng and Livakari, the Chinese language has numerous cognitive and neurological benefits. The language stimulates different parts of the brain than the English does. Both temporal lobes of the brain are being used rather than just left to understand the language. This is because of the use of intonation in Chinese, which is used to distinguish between words. Chinese characters have also proven to help people develop better motor skills and spatial memory. Both Italian and Chinese are beautiful languages with a rich history, and there are countless other languages that you'd be a fool not to learn and reap the benefits of.
Hello everyone, my name is Marisela Hinojosa, and I will be demonstrating a little fun activity my group and I put together we thought you'd enjoy. This activity consists of different cultures and how exposure to new languages may affect the brain. The cultures we selected for this activity are Italian and Chinese. In Italian culture, a very common and well-known word is ciao, meaning hello or goodbye. It's also a word that you may be familiar with or have heard of before. Mi scusi, another Italian term, also means excuse me or I'm sorry. Following are a couple of other words in the Chinese culture. Ni hao, also meaning hello, is a common and basic word used to greet people. Another common word is xie xie, meaning thank you. These are just a couple of words that are used frequently in different cultures. Exposing yourself to new cultures and learning a second language is a great benefit for you and your brain. It may make you bilingual, enhance your memory, and your overall intelligence. How fun, interesting does it sound to learn a new language to store for future events? Thank you.